The episode opens with Special Agent Alden Parker, Gary Cole, and his team responding to a chilling case. A decorated Navy veteran is found dead in his suburban home under suspicious circumstances. The crime scene suggests a break-in, but as the investigation unfolds, it becomes clear that this is no ordinary burglary. The victim, Lieutenant Commander Mark Hastings, had recently started a new job at a top-secret cybersecurity firm. His past service records also reveal a connection to an infamous mission overseas, one that was classified for decades. The guest star, Richard Armitage as CIA operative Jack Stratton. The team's leads eventually bring them to a former CIA operative, Jack Stratton, played by guest star Richard Armitage, a man whose reputation precedes him. Stratton, now living off the grid, was once a shadowy figure in covert ops. He shared a past with Hastings, one filled with secrets that the government had buried deep. When Parker and Special Agent Jessica Knight, Katrina Law, track him down, they find a man haunted by regret, a former spy who knows more than he's letting on. Armitage's performance as Stratton is electric, blending steely composure with a barely concealed vulnerability. He brings depth to the character, portraying a man who has spent his life in the dark corners of espionage and now finds himself pulled back into a world he tried to leave behind. Plot developments. Stratton initially refuses to cooperate, but Torres Wilmer Valderrama gets through to him by appealing to his sense of duty. It turns out that Hastings had been receiving threats from an unknown source before his death. The threats, encrypted and nearly impossible to trace, hinted at a past operation codenamed Silent Echo. Stratton reveals that Silent Echo was a classified CIA and Navy SEAL joint mission that had disastrous consequences, one that powerful forces still wanted to keep buried. As the team pieces together the truth, they discover that Hastings and Stratton had been scapegoated for the mission's failure. Hastings had uncovered new evidence that could have exonerated them both, but before he could come forward, he was silenced. Stratton, now seeing no other choice, agrees to help NCIS lure out the real culprits. His interactions with Parker showcase a dynamic blend of wariness and mutual respect. The chemistry between Armitage and the cast is undeniable, particularly in a tense interrogation scene where he outmaneuvers a corrupt intelligence officer while remaining cool under pressure. The climactic confrontation. The final act sees NCIS orchestrating a sting operation to catch the conspirators. Stratton plays a crucial role, using his old contacts to bait the killers into revealing themselves. The showdown is tense, gunfire, a high-speed chase, and a final standoff in a deserted warehouse. Armitage shines in these moments, his performance capturing the precision and instincts of a man who has spent his life in the shadows. As the case closes, Parker acknowledges Stratton's sacrifices, but the former spy knows there will always be another battle lurking in the shadows. Before disappearing into the night, he leaves behind a cryptic message, one that suggests he may return in future episodes. Cast praise for Richard Armitage. Following the episode's airing, the NCIS cast takes to social media to praise Armitage's performance. Wilmer Valderrama calls him an absolute powerhouse, while Katrina Law describes working with him as a masterclass in acting. Gary Cole, in an interview, notes that Armitage brought a level of authenticity and intensity that elevated the entire episode. Fans and critics alike hail Shadows of the Past as one of the season's strongest episodes, with many calling for Armitage's return as a recurring character. Would you like a specific interview quote or a deeper dive into fan reactions?